Welcome to Shivkarthi Academy.
Friends, today we are going to see cash flow statement. Cash flow statement is a statement which reveals cash inflows and cash outflows. Cash inflows is the cash receipts and cash outflows is the cash payment. At the same time, cash book also reveals the same cash receipts and cash payment. Then what is the difference between cash book and cash flow statement? In cash book, day-to-day transactions will be entered, but cash flow statement, it is a summary of cash book to be prepared systematically as per Accounting Standards 3. So cash flow statement includes inflows of cash and outflow of cash and cash equivalents, and also it reveals the causes of changes in cash position of a business enterprise. And there is a slight confusion between fund flow statement and cash flow statement. Why we have to prepare cash flow statement separately? Fund flow statement is based on broad sense. It includes all the resources which are used in business like man, machine, material, money, and it helps the management for taking long-term decisions. But cash flow statement is based on narrow sense. It includes only the cash resources of a business enterprise and it helps the management to take short-term decisions. A simple definition for cash flow statement. A cash flow statement can be defined as a statement which summarizes sources of cash inflows and uses of cash outflows of a firm during a particular period of a time, say a month or a year. So it is a statement which includes sources of cash inflows and uses of cash outflows. The main objective of preparing cash flow statement is to find out sources of cash inflows and the uses of cash outflows, and also to find out the net increase or decrease in cash and cash equivalents. And the terms used in cash flow statements are: cash includes cash on hand and demand deposits, and cash equivalents, it is highly liquid investments which are readily convertible into cash. For example, short-term investments. Cash flows means inflows and outflows of cash. Cash flows may be classified into cash flows from operating activities, cash flows from investing activities, and cash flows from financing activities. Cash flows from operating activities are the major source of revenue generation in the business enterprise. That is, the sales is the major source of income to the business. And the other examples are cash received from royalties, fees, commission, and cash payments, payment to suppliers, employees, etc. And it can be calculated in two methods, direct method and indirect method. We will see it one by one. Investing activities are the acquisition and disposal of long-term assets and other investments. For example, cash received from sale of tangible and intangible assets, cash payment to purchase of tangible and intangible assets and other investments. Financing activities are the activities that result in changes in the size and composition of the owner's capital and borrowings of the enterprise, that is related to capital structure of the business. For example, cash received from issue of shares, debentures, long-term borrowings, and cash payment to redemption of shares and debentures and repayment of a loan, etc. Now we are going to see cash flow statement under direct method. In this case, we have to calculate net cash from operating activities, investing activities, and financing activities. The first case, cash flows from operating activities. As we know, operating activities are the activities which are directly or indirectly involved in the operations of the business. So operating income less operating expenses, we get net cash from operating activities. Some of the examples: operating income, cash received from customers, cash received from royalties, fees, commission and other revenue, cash generated from operations, extraordinary items such as refund of tax, operating expenses, cash paid to suppliers, employees, payment of other operating expenses, income tax paid. So subtract operating expenses from operating income. The balance will be net cash from operating activities. Next, cash flows from investing activities. Add cash inflows, that is sale of fixed asset, sale of investment, interest received, dividend received, or any other income generated through investing activities. Less cash outflows, purchase of fixed asset, purchase of investment, income tax paid if it is identified as investing activities. So the balance will be net cash from investing activities. Finally, cash flows from financing activities. Cash raised through issue of shares, issue of debentures, long-term borrowings, less cash outflows, that is payment made to redemption of preference shares, buyback of a shares, redemption of a debenture, repayment of loan, payment of interest, payment of dividend, income tax paid if it is identified as financing activity. So subtract cash outflows from cash inflows, we get net cash from financing activities. Now add net cash from operating activities, net cash from investing activities, and net cash from financing activities. So the total is called net increase or decrease in cash and cash equivalents. Along with add cash and cash equivalents at the beginning, the answer will be cash and cash equivalents at the end. Now we go for an example. From the following summary cash account, prepare cash flow statement for the year ended 31st March 2016 in accordance with Accounting Standards 3 revised using direct method. The company does not have any cash equivalents, so there is no highly liquid investments are given in the problem. Summary cash accounts for the year ended 31/3/2016. So it is a summary of cash book. The particulars given in the debit side are cash receipt, in the credit side are cash payment. But we have to identify the given particulars which are coming under operating activity, investing activity, and financing activity. In the debit side, balance on 1/4/2015, that is the opening balance, cash and cash equivalents at the beginning. Issue of equity shares, it is a financing activity. Receipt from customers, operating activity. Sale of fixed asset, this is an investing activity. In the credit side, payment to suppliers, operating activity. Purchase to fixed asset, it is an investing activity. Overhead expenses, wages and salaries are operating activities. Taxation, there is no information given for taxation, so it is treated as operating activity. Dividend paid, it is a financing activity. Repayment of bank loan, this is also financing activity. Balance on 31/3/2016, this will be the answer, cash and cash equivalents at the end. Now we are going to prepare cash flow statement under direct method. Already we have identified the particulars which are coming under operating activities, investing activities, and financing activities. Now we are going to group up the given particulars under respective heads. First, cash flows from operating activities. Operating income, cash received from customers 28 lakh, less operating expenses, cash paid to suppliers 20 lakh, overhead expenses 2 lakh, wages and salaries 1 lakh. So balance, cash generated from operations 5 lakh, less tax paid 2,50,000. So net cash from operating activities 2,50,000. Second, cash flow from investing activities. First, cash inflows, sale of fixed asset 1 lakh, less cash outflows, purchase of fixed assets 2 lakh, cash inflow 1 lakh, cash outflow 2 lakh. So cash outflow is higher than cash inflow. It shows negative balance. It is called net cash used in investing activities. Third, cash flow from financing activities. Cash inflows, issue of equity shares 3 lakh, cash outflows, repayment of bank loan 3 lakh, dividend paid 50,000. So total cash outflows 3,50,000, cash inflow 3 lakh. Here also cash outflow is higher than cash inflow. Balance is negative. So it is net cash used in financing activities. Now add all the three heads. Cash flow from operating activities, but the remaining two cases are net cash used in investing activities and net cash used in financing activities. So total net cash used 1,50,000. So subtract net cash used from cash from operating activities. So the balance 1 lakh is net increase in cash. And add cash at the beginning 50,000. So the balance 1,50,000 is cash at the end. Now we go for cash flow statement under indirect method. In this method also we have to find out cash flow from operating activities, investing activities, and financing activities. But the difference is, in direct method, for calculating cash flow from operating activities, we have taken only operating income and operating expenses. But in indirect method, for calculating cash flow from operating activities, non-cash and non-operating items will be considered for calculation. So the format for cash flow from operating activities: net profit before tax and extraordinary items, add non-cash and non-operating expenses, for example depreciation, amortization, interest on debentures, loans and borrowings, loss on sale of fixed assets, provision for doubtful debts, provision for discount on debtors, preliminary expenses written off, intangible assets written off, less non-cash and non-operating income, interest income, dividend income, rental income, gain on sale of fixed assets. gain on sale of investments, appreciation of fixed assets. So the balance called operating profit before working capital changes. In this case, additionally we have to make adjustments for changes in working capital. Add increase in current liabilities. If current liability increases, that means cash raised through current liabilities, and decrease in current assets means sold or realized some current assets. So add these two. And less increase in current assets, that means investment made in current assets. Decrease in current liabilities means cash paid to current liability holders. So subtract these two. In the balance called cash generated from operations and subtract income tax paid and extraordinary items, we get net cash flow from operating activities. The remaining two cases are the same. Cash flow from investing activities, add cash inflows, subtract cash outflows, we get net cash flow from investing activities. And third, cash flow from financing activities, add cash inflows, subtract cash outflows, we get net cash flow from financing activities. Balance called net increase or decrease in cash and cash equivalents. Add cash at the beginning, the total called cash or cash equivalents at the end. Now we go for another example for preparing cash flow statement under indirect method. Liabilities and assets of N & Co Limited as on 31st March are as follows. Capital and liabilities and assets are given for 2016 and 2017. Now we have to identify the given particulars which are coming under operating, investing and financing activities. In capital and liabilities, share capital, it is a financing activity. In 2016, 5 lakh, in 2017, 7 lakh. So 2 lakh increased, that means cash inflow in financing activity. Surplus account, we have to prepare adjusted surplus account to find out net profit before tax and extraordinary items. Then general reserve, it is an appropriation, it will be debited in the adjusted surplus account. Sundry creditors, bills payable and outstanding expenses are current liabilities. This will be taken for adjustments for changes in working capital. Sundry creditors in 2016 1,53,000, in 2017 1,90,000. So it increased, it is to be added. Bills payable in 2016 40,000, in 2017 50,000, it is also to be added. Outstanding expenses in 2016 7,000, in 2017 5,000, so 2,000 reduced, it is to be deducted. In asset side, land and building, it is an investing activity. In 2016 80,000, in 2017 1,20,000, so 40,000 increased, that means purchased 40,000 worth land and building during the year. So it is a cash outflow in investing activity. Plant and machinery, it is also investing activity. In 2016 5 lakh, in 2017 8 lakh, so 3 lakh increased, it is also cash outflow in investing activity. Stock and sundry debtors are current assets. This will be taken for adjustments for working capital changes. Stock in 2016 1 lakh, in 2017 75,000, so 25,000 reduced, that means sold 25,000 worth stock during the year. So it is cash inflow, it is to be added. Then sundry debtors in 2016 1,50,000, in 2017 1,60,000, so 10,000 increased, so it is to be deducted. Cash, it is the opening and closing balance of cash. Then additional information is given. Rupees 50,000 depreciation has been charged on plant and machinery during the year 2016-17. So we have to prepare plant and machinery account. 5 lakh is the opening balance, 8 lakh is the closing balance, and depreciation rupees 50,000 will be credited in plant and machinery account. And the same rupees 50,000 depreciation, it is a non-operating expenses. This will be taken for funds flows from operating activities. And the second, a piece of machinery was sold for rupees 8,000 during the year 2016-17. So this will also be credited in plant and machinery account. And machinery sold for rupees 8,000, it is a cash inflow in investing activity. Then it had cost rupees 12,000. Depreciation of rupees 7,000 had been provided on it. Cost of machinery 12,000, depreciation 7,000. So the balance value of machinery is 5,000. 5,000 worth machinery was sold for rupees 8,000. So 3,000 rupees profit on sale of machinery this will be debited in the plant and machinery account, and the same 3000 rupees will be credited in adjusted surplus account. So now we have to prepare cash flow statement for the year 2016-17 by indirect method. Here we have prepared plant and machinery account. Opening balance 5 lakh, closing balance 8 lakh, depreciation charge to 50,000, sale of plant and machinery 8,000, profit on sale 3,000. So the balance is purchase of plant and machinery. It is a cash outflow in investing activity. Adjusted surplus account, 1 lakh is the opening balance and closing balance 1,60,000. General reserve during their 20,000 transferred, and plant and machinery, profit on sale of machinery 3,000 credited. So the balance is profit from tax and extraordinary items. Cash flow statement is prepared under indirect method. Here we have grouped all the particulars under respective heads, that is cash flow from operating activities, cash flow from investing activities, and cash flow from financing activities. First, cash flow from operating activities. Net profit before tax and extraordinary items as per adjusted surplus account 77,000. Add non-operating expenses, that is depreciation 50,000. So total net profit before working capital changes, along with adjustment for working capital changes. Add increase in sundry creditors 37,000, increase in bills payable 10,000, decrease in stock 25,000, less decrease in outstanding expenses 2,000, increase in debtors 10,000. So balance 1,87,000. Net cash flow from operating activities. Second, cash flow from investing activities. Add cash inflows, sale of machinery 8,000, less cash outflows, purchase of land and building 40,000, purchase of plant and machinery 3,55,000. So total cash outflow 3,95,000. Cash inflow 8,000. So the balance 3,87,000. It is a negative value. It is called net cash used in investing activities. Third, cash flow from financing activities. Add cash inflow, issue of shares 2 lakh. That is net cash flow from financing activities. Now we have to add all the three. Cash flow from operating activities 1,87,000. Cash flow from investing activities 3,87,000. It is a negative value. So subtract net cash flow from financing activities 2 lakh. So the balance is nil. Add cash and cash equivalents on 31/3/2016. Opening balance of cash 20,000. So total cash and cash equivalents on 31/3/2017. Closing balance of cash 20,000.
Thank you for watching.